Nyeri.
The time is 9 o'clock.
Aago mẹ́sàn-án ti lù.
For the best of national, local, international news and sport, tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
It's a minute past 9. Good morning and many thanks for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. This is News Punch, a news and current affairs compilation of topical stories and headlines making the rounds. I am Joseph Emeribe. You're welcome. Here are the headlines trending in the news today. Tinubu congratulates Okonjo-Iweala on 70th birthday. Clerk to Tinubu implement the 2014 Confab report to fully reintegrate Igbos. Lukman says APC can no longer win elections without rigging. Now fund to publish lists of institutions with complete data submissions. Court remands two rural electrification agency staff over alleged 1.8 billion naira fraud. Salah, Governor Bala Mohammed approves wage award for Bauchi civil servants. Appeal court throws out Yaya Bello's suit against EFCC boss. Still with Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello EFCC lawyers pick new date. Say Thursday, not convenient. Delta police arrest 400 level undergraduate for faking his kidnap. Electricity workers cut power supply in Kano, Katsina, Jigawa. Ondo polls. INEC publishes candidate final list. Fixes 19th June for campaigns. Emirate Tazo Adubayero has jurisdiction to be heard. Court rules. Salah. Police ban Doba activities in Kano. And lastly, from the National Front, Ilorin Doba will showcase our rich heritage. Quranic tradition, says committee. Moving on to the foreign scene. Pope to meet Biden, Zelensky, Modi at G7 summit. Late Malawi VP's party demands probe into plane crash. U.S. Supreme Court rejects bid to restrict abortion bill. U.S. reporter Gesh Krokvich jailed in Russia on spying charges to stand trial. Away from the foreign scene. Bayern sign Japan defender Ito from Stuttgart until 2028. Nadal to skip Wimbledon, focus on Olympics. Messi to miss Olympics but leaves door open for 2026 World Cup. And lastly, this great morning, Paulo Fonseca named as new AC Milan coach. And those are the major headlines making the rounds this great morning. The news was compiled and edited by Nedu Okorie, and I am Joseph Emeribe. For sponsorship or advert placement, kindly contact our sales and marketing office on 0912 9294 332. You can as well reach us via 0812 8286 078. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have in-depth analysis on some of the topical stories making the rounds this great day. Don't forget, you can get to listen to all of our website www.diamondfm.com diamond887fm.net and on all our social media handles at Diamond 887 FM.
There's certainly more to radio than what you've ever experienced.
Yeah!
With Diamond FM, radio's not just about talking, it's about the laughter, solutions,
I feel so relieved listening to you.
platforms to express yourself, and most importantly, companionship. On Diamond 88.7 FM, radio is real. At Diamond FM, we've got you.
The major talking points in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, so help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hold in domain? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Yes, it's exactly 7 minutes past 9. And you're still on to Diamond 88.7 FM, broadcasting live from the International Media Center here in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I greet you welcome once again. And this is that time where we talk issues from politics to governance to security, economics, religion, name it. We lay it bare and we discuss at length from now till some minutes before 10 a.m. And for you just tuning in, my name is Joseph Emeribe, and we have this deep-rooted conversation. Just as we used to say, it's a platform where you listening can also be a part of, choosing to follow the path of nobility, civility, not calling the names or using inciting words on the platform. In due course, we will be channeling the mics to your direction for you to also make your positions known. You can as well listen to us irrespective of your location on the globe, all right, by logging on to our website, www.diamondfm.net. And also you can listen or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 88.7 FM, at Diamond 88.7 FM. On YouTube, we are live on at Diamond FM Ilorin. In Ilorin here, it's rainy, and if you tune in or choose to watch us, you will see what's really happening in our dear city. Yes, the state of Harmony, Kwara State. It's a rainy Friday morning. And on this note, I greet you welcome once again. Today, we will be looking at matters arising. Edwin Clark, a loud voice in South Nigeria, wrote Tinubu very recently. What is he saying? What is he trying to recommend for Nigeria? He spoke at length about the marginalization of Igbos and call for restructuring. We'll look into this holistically. We'll also look into the call for return to regional government, where Tinubu gets bill proposing return to regional government later today, and also House of Reps rejecting bill for regional government and more. The National Association of Nigerian Students also have also reacted to some of these legislations. We'll look at this, and with time, we'll also look into the Senate clocking 1 year. All right. How far? So far. This shall be our focus. In due course, we will also get to meet my guest. Due to the rains, he's still on his way, and shortly we'll get to meet him. Today we will be talking and discussing with Dr. Olaifa Adeseko Sunday. He's an educationist, a cerebral public affairs analyst, and a passionate Nigerian. With time, you'll get to hear his voice. But before then, we'll quickly brush through the report trending this great morning. It's a very long read. I'll try as much as possible to capture the relevant angles of this very message Edwin Clark is sending to Mr. President. The former Federal Commissioner for Information and South leader Edwin Clark has written President Bola Tinubu asking him to, as a matter of urgency, implement the report of the 2014 National Conference, according to the elder statesman in a letter to the president, which he described as his message to Nigerians having attained the age of 97 on the 25th of May. He said that now that the elections are over, Tinubu must carry out an immediate restructuring of Nigeria if the nation must remain one, as that will help reintegrate the Igbos that have been so marginalized into the mainstream of the scheme of things. In the letter dated 13th of June 2024, addressed to President Tinubu and made available to journalists, the leader of our Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum, SMBLF, urged the Igbos of Southeast or wherever they are in Nigeria to stand up and assert their right legitimately, judiciously, and in a democratic way to benefit like any other Nigerian, as it was before the Civil War of 1967. Clark has asked President Tinubu to apply political solutions to immediate release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, the way the federal government withdrew the 3-count terrorism charge it entered against the detained president of Miyetti Allah, Kautal Hore, in the person of Bello Bodejo, the leader of Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, who in the letter expressed his heartfelt condolence for the loss of the soldiers in our country, said that the nation's security is seriously in danger if our security forces, particularly the soldiers, are being humiliated and killed by civilians for no justification, and the fight against insecurity will go on for a long time, as suggested by General Tukuru Buratai, the former chief of army staff and former Nigerian ambassador to Benin Republic. I'll be pausing here in a bit. While I await the arrival of our guest and our public analyst, you can be a part of this conversation, right? The studio line is 0913 6556 952. 0913 6556 952. You can also send in your reactions via WhatsApp 0913 6556 864. These are the lines to reach us. You can as well send in your reactions, right, via our online platforms. You send in your reactions there, and we will also take them. Just as we used to say, please go straight to the point. Be as brief as possible to give room for more individuals to also make their positions on the platform. How do you see this trending message from Chief Edwin Clark coming at this time? People are saying it's better late than never. Do you see Mr. President taking the recommendations given in the letter? How far? So far. It's still the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching live from Diamond 88.7 FM. And just as I said earlier, we are starting our conversation this great morning, looking into the message captured in the letter sent to Mr. President through the former Federal Commissioner for Information and South leader, Chief Edwin Clark. While we proceed on the program, we'll be going for this quick commercial break, and when we return, we'll be back to talk more. Please stay tuned.
Come and experience unlimited fun on Ilea Extravaganza at a beautiful garden with your friends, family, and loved ones. On that day, we'll have several competitions like dance competition, best dress, treasure hunt, lots of music, and our games like O-Slides, X-Slides, bumper car, pirate ship, flying car, rocket launcher, and many more are readily available for you. And the date is 16 to 22nd June 2024. Ilea Extravaganza is on Monday, 17th June 2024. Gate fee 500 naira per person. For more inquiry, call 080-2677-3152 or bell Nisheleo Alshio Dwayo. Ami.
Did you know that every year in Nigeria, over 8,000 women die from cervical cancer alone? Cervical cancer is caused by a virus called human papillomavirus, or HPV, which is transmitted from an infected person and can also cause other diseases. But the good news is, cervical cancer can be prevented with vaccination.
Oh yes, Nigeria introduced the HPV vaccine in 16 states in October 2023. Now it will be rolled out in the remaining 21 states. So take your girls aged 9 to 14 years to any primary health care facility near you for their vaccination. From 27th of May 2024. The HPV vaccine is free, safe, and effective.
If you're 15 years and above, please go for cervical cancer screening at a health center near you. This aligns with the global strategy to eliminate cervical cancer through vaccination, screening, early diagnosis, and treatment.
Let's protect our daughters today from the pains of tomorrow. For further inquiries, call 070-60-41-6787 or 080-67-08-516.
This message is from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and partners.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond887FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Yes, we're glad to still have you there. It's still the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching live and direct from Diamond 88.7 FM. And just as I mentioned earlier, our guest is now seated. Yes, in person of Dr. Olaifa Adeseku Sunday. Good morning, sir. It's a pleasure, and we are glad you made it despite the race.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, to you listening, our dear analyst is also a die-hard Arsenal fan.
Okay, how do you know that?
But maybe that will be a discussion for another day. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right. I believe you were also following through why I read through the whole the story and the letter with regards yes, Chief Edwin Clark message to Tinubu. How do you see it, first of all? How do you take this report?
Well, somebody said it the other time when they were, everybody was asking for the rationale behind the returning to the old national anthem. And I said that, is it that these people are taking us back to the old thing? Because I think the new things are not working, and those people of old, they have this feeling that the way the government was set up that time is giving efficiency to regional, ownership, and then the way those regions were run, and then they were feeling that we need to go back to our source. If what we are practicing now is not working, then is there a need for us to retrace our step and then go back to where we can have belonging, within a sense of belonging within ourselves, that this is our place. Nobody who jokes with the western region of Rhodes is under Awolowo.
Yes.
And the efficacy of the government that time is not compared by any standard to what we have now. So I think Annie Clark was also of the opinion that I think we need to go back to a situation where you have that sense of belonging within your people, within the same tribe, within the same locality, and then the issue of holding federal government responsible for everything will no longer be there. But that personal, feeling that this is the area where I come from will always come into play.
Maybe I will have to maybe go direct this time around because of a truth. You're saying those that tasted life, let's say in the days of
yes.
are all saying that what we have now is totally different from what used to be the case.
Yes.
So meaning you're indirectly supporting the stance of Edwin Clark that Igbos have been marginalized to a great extent and they've not recovered from the civil war. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not sharing the same opinion with him.
Okay.
Marginalization at this time when we have federal character in everything we do. I don't see Igbo being marginalized.
It's spelled out some areas and highlighted some issues.
They because they have not been president. And you see,
not just being president. In case of appointments, it went. Let's use the word "sir" since APC assumed office. I don't know.
So you call Nnamdi Azikiwe Yoruba or Hausa man?
He's a Nigerian.
That
is the spirit we need to preach. So I don't know why I keep trying to, because some individuals see that we like the word this national pulse, the Nigerian spirit is more in some clans than the other.
Let me tell you this, sir. Abia, Enugu, Anambra, Imo and Ebonyi. These are the areas we can say Igbo states, speaking states.
Yes.
We have some Igbo in part of Delta.
Yes, and
imagine a situation where we have Eastern region, where everybody see themselves as Igbo in that place. Region. That region, you have that sense that this is where I belong, and then your so much dependence on the federal government will be lesser.
All right, we are still going to touch on that issue of regionalism. Sincerely, our lines are buzzing. Okay, for you that is trying to reach us, 09136556. 952. Of a truth, so much to say, but let's also hear your opinion on this. 0913-6556-952. Hello, your life. Remember we are calling from. Good morning. Good morning.
Calling.
All right, Alaji. Abuja or Ilori, are you in town for Salah?
I'm not in town, but that is Salah in advance.
You're welcome.
Kai, I'm a patriotic Nigeria, my brother.
Okay.
But Nigeria unity is just on paper. I will tell you my experience. I work in Yobe, I work in Nabia, I work in Warri, I work in Port Harcourt, so many places.
Okay.
Whenever I reported, people will come to me and say, Oga, so fellow is your brother. I say, which of my brother? He say, it's a Yoruba man. I say, what do you mean? So being a Yoruba man is my brother. All Nigerians are my brother. So this is the problem we're having. We don't see ourselves as one. And when we travel to other clients that is not from, that you are not from, people will tend to associate you with your own tribe, not see you as a typical Nigerian. And wherever I work, I used to preach this. I say, this is Nigeria, and we just see ourselves as one.
Okay.
It is by doing that we'll be able to develop this country.
All right.
Not minding where you come from.
All right.
And that is why the issue of the old national anthem, for me as a person, I like it as they have brought it back. Because if we look at the content
lyrics
of that item, yes, the lyrics, if we can follow it, the better for us. Nigeria is ready. Though tribes are tongue differ.
Your brotherhood will stand. Yes.
If we can do that, the better for the country. That is just the problem we're having.
Thank you so
again,
much.
I want to say this to our legislators to please legislate things that will be good for the masses. They should not just focus on their own welfare alone. Look at the issue of labor. Up to now, the issue has not been resolved. And people are still suffering. The way that work is not there. The labor is not talking about it. So what we are going? And this is a salary period now. When you go to the market now, the way things are just skyrocketing. I will keep on blaming government. What we are doing to ourselves too is even very bad. In fact, because salary has come, people want to high price of their commodity. It's not the best thing for us to do.
Thank you for that. We still need you to stay tuned. Okay, so much to say, please. All right. Doc.
Yes, sir.
Sincerely, looking at cases, like now of a truth, Alhaji Tayolowo has made us understand some things. Nnamdi Kanu is comparing his case with that of...
yes, out of the three. Or will you keep the three of them in yourself? You see, the truth is that I'm not being sentimental.
Provided
here,
the three of them are doing what is wrong, they should be in custody.
All of them should be
not
in custody.
Not some freed and the rest.
I think Nnamdi is more dangerous and threatening than the other two.
How do you mean?
I mean,
If you have the floor, please.
I agree. I agree with the reply that the Igbos in particular are marginalized. No doubt about that. They are marginalized. For instance, every other region, section, provinces in those days have now 5, 6 of Nigeria.
If we have our own region, there will be no point. There was a time Tinubu divided Lagos into local